This simple dash cam offers 4K at a pretty darn good price. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm looking at another dash cam. This one is really a nice solution. The company's done a really smart job with their app, and I don't often say that. And it has really nice video, well, most of the time. So before I go any further, let me tell you, this is the Redtiger F7NA 4K Sony STARVIS 2 dash cam. And this is the front dash cam, and it also includes a rear dash cam, which is why there's so many wires, because you need this to power the dash cam, and then this wire connects the front camera with the rear camera. So either you have the wires hanging out or there's an install involved. It does include an install tool if you want to do it yourself, but if you really want an elegant, clean job, it's probably a smart idea to just hire someone to install the dash cam for you so all the wires are hidden. Be that as it may, it's a pretty easy one to install, and it's pretty straightforward. One of the things I like is that it has a suction cup that you use for the front window, and it's kind of intriguing actually. So you put it where you want, and then you rotate this, and it actually creates better suction, and then the camera itself simply slides onto this. Let me get that to happen. And so now you have it on your car, and you can adjust it to the angle that you need, and it just stays there. I had no problems at all, even with different temperatures and direct sunlight for many hours. So this suction, they've sort of solved that problem without having it be permanent adhesive. Interestingly though, this all might be really good for the front camera, but the rear camera does have the usual 3M super powerful adhesive. I leave the middle piece on, so when I go to take this off, I don't end up with any remnants on the window. But, you know, it is also fairly easy to work with because you stick this in the location and then you can rotate this camera to get it to work just so. Now, I'm going to talk more about it. I'm going to give you some specs, but let's jump right into some driving footage. We're going to start with front and then rear, and I'll speed this all up so you can actually see, because driving fundamentally is kind of boring to watch, but let's jump into some footage. Before I go any further, I should tell you that Redtiger sent me this whole setup, and then they also sent me a 128 gig micro SD card because it doesn't include a storage card, and they sent me a permanent wiring kit. So if I wanted to actually put this in my car and have it permanently hooked up, then it does have a separate kit for that. Why would you do this? Because then it gives you parking monitor. So then, you know, if you have it hardwired into your car electrical system rather than just plug it into that 12-volt plug, then this can actually monitor while it's in a parking lot. So if at 2 in the morning, you know, you come home from work, you park your car, you go into your place, and then at 2 in the morning someone hits it, this will record that video. So you'll be able to look at it later and say, what the heck? And then see who did it. So that only happens if you use a full hardwired kit. If you use this, your car will shut down that plug when you turn off the vehicle. So this camera, of course, will not be able to magically find power out of nowhere. So it did send me those, which was super helpful, but let's talk about this. So the camera, the front-facing camera, is powered by the Sony IMX678 native 4K 8 megapixel UHD video system. So the front camera gives you the option of 4K or 2K or HD with a 160-degree field of view, and bigger is definitely better with field of view. And then the rear camera is a little more modest with a 1080p HD at 140 degrees field of view. It does have integrated GPS. You saw that on the bottom on the video, and that's really cool. You'll see that again when I give you the demo of the app on the smartphone, because of course this is just sitting on your windshield. So when you want to get data off of it, the standard way to do that is to fire up the app, pair the two, and then use the app to grab whatever footage you want. You can, if you really want to, actually get this to work, pop out the micro SD card and then put this into your computer, which is certainly faster if you want to just grab, the last hour of driving rather than doing it snippet by snippet. It's much faster to do that, but you don't have to. You can just leave this thing permanently connected. That integrated GPS, super helpful. It is using Wi-Fi 6, so if you use the 5.8 gigahertz, it's actually 10x faster than the old school 2.5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. That's a win. It's still not super fast. In fact, let's jump into some more demos and then I'll give you a little bit more specs. But what I want to show you this time is I want to do some night footage, and then we're going to switch to the app so you can see how I grab the video files off of the dash cam. So let's do that. So we're coming up on Main Street for my local town, and it tends to be pretty nicely lit at night, which you will see momentarily. But I wanted to give you an example of the audio recording in the cabin so you have a sense of how the microphone works. So there are dash cams that also have a camera recording what's happening in the cabin, but this is just a 2-camera unit, so one pointing front, one pointing rear, and that's what you got. And so here we are in downtown. Now, let me speed things up, but hopefully it'll be all well lit. I can see my dash cam in the app, but they're not actually connected yet. To do that, I'm going to need to say, turn on Wi-Fi. And that beep means that the dash cam's gone into Wi-Fi mode. So now I need to go into my Wi-Fi settings and make sure I have chosen the correct network. I am now connected as indicated by that green check mark. So let's of course go to preview, and you'll find out I'm sitting in a parking lot. It's not very exciting, but you can even see on the lower portion all that GPS data. So you can see exactly where I am, and I can switch cameras. So you can see there's no one behind me peering in my car, thank goodness. Oh, there is someone who just walked by. That was excellent timing. And it is recording right now, which is kind of interesting, but that's all pretty great. So now I can go back and look at playback, and playback's probably the most interesting. So you can see here's all the different footage, and it's really hard to see. There's a tiny little R or F associated with each video snippet, and F is for front, R is for rear. So let's choose this one. And so that's front footage, and you can see on the map live where I am as this video is recorded. I can make it full screen, but I know what you really want to see is the download. So this is a 4K video. So I'm going to tap on download, and you'll see it's not lightning fast, but it's not terribly slow. It is 680 megabytes of data, so it is a fairly decent sized file. But one of the things I really like is that it will end up in my photo album. So however I like to share my photos and videos, it'll just be in that collection. which makes it really easy to work with. And importantly, it also means that it is then synchronized with my cloud storage, so it's accessible from any device within just a minute or two. And that looks like, there we go. So we got it completed, easy enough. And I'm gonna back up, and as you can see, I don't have any snapshots. I don't have any urgent videos. Those you can do as you're going. But the other piece here, if you look on the bottom, there's community. So they have some some people share what they're doing or their videos, which I find pretty interesting. Downloads are copies of everything that I've grabbed in the past. And if we go back to home and I go to settings, I will give them huge props because they have all the important settings like video resolution, but they don't have every single setting in the world. So you can pick up your video resolution, you can change your loop recording, you can turn off GPS on your video. So those are probably the most important. And that's it. It's not 50,000 options because honestly, most users don't need that. So I'm going to stop here. So this is a short and sweet demo. I should point out that the actual F7NA has a touch screen and there are 4 buttons on the bottom. So I found it reasonably easy to navigate this. It's still easier to use the app on your phone, but sometimes you don't want to monkey around with that Wi-Fi connection. So that touchscreen is helpful. It also has voice controls, which are super helpful. And you heard me use that to turn on the Wi-Fi. So I said, turn on Wi-Fi, and this heard me and switched. You can also say, take photo or lock video. And those are really helpful because if you're driving, the last thing you want to do is reach over and start messing around with your dash cam if something's happening. You want to just be able to focus and be safe on your drive. That's part of why you have this. Now, the unit also includes ADAS smart alerts, which is like advanced driving system. Most people disable those. I don't need them because my car has those. So it'll say you're wandering out of your lane, or things like what the speed limit is and such. So that's helpful. We've already talked about the 24-hour parking monitor that you need to have hardwired for that to work. And that's pretty much everything. I'm really pretty impressed with this because a lot of the dash cams I look at, the hardware is pretty good, but then that software just ends up being a clumsy clunker. And Redtiger's done a nice job. And in particular, you saw that in the example of the settings, where it didn't overwhelm me with 5,000 settings. It just had a nice, simple set of the most important things that I'd want to be able to enable or change. So really props to them for that. But when I watch demos from companies of footage, I kind of wonder if they even have windshields, because as you saw, particularly in night view, I know it has a good sensor. I know it's really capable, but I get just so much streaking and such that it does seem to be much less exciting than the demos. I'm not sure what's going on. It could be that the kind of glass I have on the windshield in my vehicle has some characteristic that interplays with the camera. There's also the glare issue during the day because, your windshield's like this, and so the camera's right there, and so there's going to be a bounce of glare. If there's light here, for example, it's going to be bouncing off the dashboard and right into the camera in addition to what it's seeing through the window. But seems to me all dash cams should have that problem unless the dash cam is literally stuck on the window. So not just like pointing with the window like this, but literally the actual lens is stuck to the windshield. And I haven't seen any like that. So I think this is just something you got to deal with. But maybe a little bit of placement experimentation could help with that too. So just something to know. That's just a dash cam issue. That's not an issue with this necessarily. I think it did a really nice job. I think it's at a really good price point for a 4K 2-camera system. So if you're in the market, if you want to have something that captures your drive and in worst case scenarios will actually capture footage if something happens, this is a solid option to consider. Now, we do need to talk price. Before we get there, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Click or tap on that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon for notification of my new content, and give me a thumbs up if you found this of value. And of course, I certainly hope that you did. Excellent. All right, well, between these two, this is the Redtiger F7NA 4K Sony STARVIS 2 dash cam, and it is $189.99, currently discounted down to $159.99 at Amazon.com. My opinion, that is a wicked good price for a 2-camera 4K dash cam system with decent software. So this is definitely one worth checking out, and that's what I got. I think I'm going to go back out and go for another drive. So I'll hope to catch you in my next video.